Instead of criticizing Israel, instead of actually criticizing the fact that she probably thinks that there's a genocide happening in Palestine, she criticizes the US government for giving money that we shouldn't be giving. We need to care about the people here. And that is a stance that Republicans love. They eat that shit up. They eat that shit up.
Bring the dads
So
home.
this was like...
What's quite remarkable that Israel, the government that takes billions of dollars from us every year, decided to take not 2, but 3 commercials. Now, the government themselves sponsored 2 commercials at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl commercials, just so you know, $7 million per an ad, okay? So that means that the Israeli government spent $14 million for a primetime spot. Their commercials were basically them saying that there are hostages and they intend to get the hostages and bring the dads home that are being held by Hamas. Now, of course, why would this premiere during a Super Bowl? There's nothing that we as the American people can do about that hostage effort over there. So what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to pull at your heartstrings and make you not ask any questions about what they're doing overseas. And actually, last night, in case you're wondering, while the Super Bowl was on, Netanyahu bombed a refugee camp. But don't ask any questions about that. You need to get to work and feel bad and have your heartstrings pulled to justify.
Oh my God, girly pop, go in. Go in. Go in. Capri. Me too, Capri. Stone, thank you for the 14 months.
Every war that's happening overseas, that you're largely probably ignorant of what's happening overseas. And another NGO ran a third ad that was pro-Israel. And this time they just told you that you need to tell your reps to send more money. Take a listen.
LifeShifter.com lets you automatically contact your local reps and demand the release of all the hostages now. It's a real app. Not only will it change lives, it will save life. So use the app. Don't use the app. I don't give a...
Hey, I'm going to care about the Israeli hostages as soon as Israel starts caring about the Israeli hostages. I think that's a good deal. When they stop indiscriminately bombing and killing their own people that are taken hostage, I will also, I already care because I'm a fucking cuck who thinks human life is valuable or whatever.
Let's bring them home now. LifeShifter.com.
Looking around, still pretty sure I live in America, so I am not really sure. This reads to me like Zelensky at the Grammys, Zelensky on Vanity Fair, Zelensky asking to be invited to the Oscars so he can make a speech. It is telling us that, we need to care about something overseas. Why would we call our rep to do something that has nothing to do with America? I'm going to call my rep. I'm going to demand that they, close up our borders and do something about that issue. But again, every single time you are going to have any entertainment in America now, you are going to start to see this sort of effort to remind you to feel bad and do something. And that's something that you can do, by the way, is get to work. Because it's Monday and somebody somewhere needs your money.
This shit is hilarious, dude. I love this Candace Owens universe. I cannot even believe that a conservative network ever would say, hey, question the ads that you see because they're trying to pull at your heartstrings and take your money. This is a meme from chat that was cooked up. Yeah, let me just download an app from a pariah state whose top experts are spying on technology, spying technology and conflict diamonds. Yeah. Chatters need to stop cooking. So I just have to say, I think for all of us, we recognize that she's pro-Palestine, but she's not allowed to publicly be pro-Palestine. She's not allowed to publicly say there is a genocide happening in Palestine. So instead, she does what conservatives are okay with her doing, which is saying, why are we giving all of this aid to Israel when they're going to spend it so poorly? We should not be giving out handouts to these other countries. Either that or she hates Ben Shapiro and she wants to fuck with him without losing her conservative audience. That is also very funny. And I hope it's that one as well. I hope it's a mix of the both. I think she hates him. Are you kidding me? There is no way anyone could work with Ben Shapiro and not hate him. I don't even think that that's possible. She knows ultimately she's on the correct side of the grift here. Yeah. Well, like, she's not an idiot. Like, Candace Owens is probably the only person at the Daily Wire that isn't a complete dumb fuck. Even his own wife hates him. I mean, of course. Like, I saw this fucking, I don't even know. This guy is so fucking irrelevant, and yet he still insists on being like, please pay attention to me. Sargon of Akkad. Oh my God. You guys remember when Sargon of Akkad couldn't even read a fucking paper? That takedown video that was posted by Sean. Skull Sean. So good. Oh my God. Just completely humiliated him. Just completely. For anyone who doesn't know, somehow, there's this guy called Sargon of Akkad, and he used to make videos during the Gamergate era, and he insisted that there was no, problems that needed feminism in the gaming sphere, which is hilarious. Unbelievably hilarious. I don't even know what universe you have to live in to think that that's the case. Incredible, actually. And he made a lot of like these type of tweets and these type of videos. Like, it's crazy that she actually ruined video games permanently. This is a different person. This is not Sargon of Akkad's account. But he basically would share this sentiment. And he made it a mission to take down these feminists ruining our video games and our internet spaces. When in reality, anyone that's actually normal would say this. No, she didn't. Who the fuck is this even? I still enjoy video games. Where the rest of us are like, what are you fucking, are you deranged? Are you insane? What are you talking about? They're still good. What do you, Baldur's Gate 3 came out. It was fire. What are you even talking about? Who are you even, whatever. You're clearly not well, sir. So anyways, he would make like videos being like, actually, women are lying about how often they are getting sexually assaulted, and I can prove it. And then he would post like a study or like a survey on the screen on his YouTube video. But he misreads the text. It's right in front of him. He had time to edit the video. It's not a live stream. And he can't even read it correctly. There is an excellent, again, like I said earlier, there's an excellent Sean takedown video of this guy where he just takes down, like, just destroys everything Sargon related and Sargon's crusade against the SJWs for some reason. The video, here it is. It's titled Sargon Can't Read. It's very good, very, very good. Let me see if I can maybe even most replayed section.
Who the fuck thinks that? It says, well, Andre Brock, who teaches race, ethnicity, and new media at the University of Michigan. Right, here's one for the fucking gas chambers.
So that's Sargon talking about what he perceives to be the social justice left. You know, fuck off, fucking die, go to the gas chambers, etc. Do we ever see him talking this way about the far right? Well, certainly not in this video, at least. He's actually busy posting pictures of them on Twitter in order to masturbate to, apparently. Anyway, Karl seems to want to position himself as a centrist between so-called social justice warriors on one side and neo-Nazis on the other, as if they're at all comparable. But he spends the vast majority of his time and energy only complaining about the social justice people while giving the Nazis an easy ride. In fact, he goes so far in this video as to possibly accidentally share a fair amount of white nationalist rhetoric. So let's...
Surprise, surprise. Very anti-SJW, Gamergate, with sprinkle in some racism, some fascism, and some supposed white genocide that's
goes
occurring.
on to explain the issue, which is that these personal assistant programs aren't programmed particularly well to discuss sexual...
Let me see, one sec. I'm trying to see if I can find the... I'm trying to find the area where he talks about it. The exact clip that I'm looking for. Okay, maybe it's not this video. I can't find it. That's okay. That's okay. I can't find it, but that's okay. All you need to know is that he's an idiot. And if you want to watch a good video on the topic, I think maybe he has more videos on the topic. There you go. Now, moving on. I don't know how many of you guys saw this Hassan tweet. It just says, it's a screenshot, I guess like a Ben Shapiro thumbnail, and it says, sexual boredom, question mark, with Jordan Peterson on the thumbnail as well. And it's a very funny thumbnail to put to put Jordan Peterson on the left, sexual boredom, and Ben Shapiro on the right, because it seems to suggest that the two of them are in a relationship and they are experiencing sexual boredom. On its own, the thumbnail is hilarious. They're having issues, but they're trying. It's titled, Sexual Boredom is Running Rampant with Jordan Peterson. And, I mean, it's on... rightfully so, right? Happy Valentine's. If you get sex advice from either of these dudes, you're going to be alone forever. Which is true. Maybe you don't take sex advice from the guy who can't get his wife wet. Maybe you don't take sex advice from the guy who saw a, what is it called? A milking fetish video and thought that men were being milked in China to raise the birth rate. Maybe those are not the people to get advice from. I don't even know how he found that video. The what? See, I would love to show it to you guys, but I can't because it's against TOS. But if you look up Jordan Peterson cock milking video, you should be able to find it. You should. You're sounding a lot like a chaos dragon right now. I am a woman and everything, so he is right about that. Now, Sargon of Akkad crawls out from whatever rock he was under. I don't need that in my search history. I trust you. I appreciate that you trust me on that. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Mr. Sargon of Akkad decided, wait, I haven't said enough stupid shit on the internet in the past decade. Let me get out here and say some more dumb shit. He says, both are married with kids, but no, take advice from the unmarried, childless brofessor. Sir. Sir? Sir. I'm pretty sure Hassan has a lot of sex. I don't know what the number is. I only know that one person in that clip that said that they had sex with him and were like, they were doing like a smash or pass thing, and then the lady in that clip was like, oh, wait, I know that guy.
This one's funny. I fucked him, so smash.
What?
Yeah.
Who is this?
That's Hassan.
Which is by far one of the funniest clips I've ever seen. But yeah, famously, yeah. he fucks. Did you consider that not everyone wants to have kids? Not everyone wants to get married. And also, getting married and having kids doesn't even necessarily make you happy. You think Ben Shapiro's wife is happy? Sexually satisfied would be a better term here, considering that this is discussing sexual boredom. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I think the reality for a lot of women who marry conservative men like this is, whatever, I am going to live comfortably and I will just deal with you. I'll deal with the things that I don't like about you and I'll enjoy the rest of my life. Who are you to judge their relationship, though? I think it's pretty easy, actually. I think actually the guy who says that his wife doesn't get wet, I think it's actually pretty easy to judge his sexual relationship with his wife, actually. And this is ignoring, Sargon of Akkad, for whatever reason, is ignoring the fact that both of these men have other things beyond them as people. I don't think, maybe once upon a time when Jordan Peterson wasn't so insane and obsessed with trans people and genitals, maybe he was normal at one point and fun to be around. But ever since then, I think it's all been over for him. I don't think that anyone could find Ben Shapiro's personality and general person sexy. Getting married with kids is no feat for a patriarchal trad nut. What does that sentence mean? Galaxy, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you. He misreads exactly at the 30-minute mark in the video you just saw. Wait, oh my God, you're so goated. I was right there. Can you believe it, guys? I was right there. I cucked myself and I was right there. Oh my God. We got to go back. Here, this is what I was trying to show you guys. 99% of gamblers stop right before they're about to hit big.
Refugees are doing to other people, right? So we've got 3,500 attacks on refugees and asylum hostels. If we go, this is from the February the 21st, 2016, and it's based on...
Oh yeah, and the worst part of Sargon, he's British.
A leaked police document. A confidential police report that was leaked, right? And this just goes to show you exactly who the fuck these people are on the side of. Migrants committed 288,000 crimes in 2015, according to a confidential police report that was leaked to the German newspaper Bild. The figure represents an 80% increase over 2014 and works out to around 570 crimes committed by migrants every day. So, sorry, how was that? 10 attacks a day. Do you see why people are attacking the migrants? Do you see why? You know what? It just pisses me off. It's so fucking one-sided.
Now, I don't want to sensationalise this too much, but that series of sentences right there is the single stupidest thing I have heard someone say on YouTube. Karl was wrong in so many ways in such a short amount of time that it's almost inexplicable. But let's take a crack at it anyway. We'll take a look at the two numbers that Karl just compared there. An average of nearly 10 attacks a day were carried out on refugees in Germany last year. Migrants committed 208,000 crimes in 2015. Now then, what's wrong with Sargon comparing these two numbers? Well, what's not wrong with it? Let's start with a basic one. One number is talking about refugees and asylum seekers, and the other number is talking about all migrants. Not all migrants are refugees or asylum seekers. And if you actually read what the German newspaper that leaked the statistics says about them, refugee suspects from Syria, Afghanistan and Iraq were actually underrepresented in the crime statistics. For instance, about half of the immigrants in 2015 were refugees from Syria, but Syrians were only 24% of the migrant crime suspects, so Syrian refugees were much less likely than average immigrants to be criminals. And indeed, the organisation that compiled the statistics is quoted as saying, "The heavily prevailing majority of asylum seekers do not commit crimes." Point 2.
How do you misrepresent something so terribly that you didn't even bother to read what the people who put this paper together said? The people who put it together literally say, this is not a big deal. And you're like, guys, this is a really big deal. I know I didn't actually read. They're just jealous they can't keep up with the migrant. I'm so happy that everyone knows that how much of a fucking idiot these people are. I felt like I was going crazy in 2016 watching videos from like Sargon or Armored Skeptic or whatever that other guy was. There was like a couple of them. And the number of videos that I would watch from these people, and they were just wrong about everything all the time. And I was like, how is anyone buying this shit? These people are idiots. These people are morons. They don't even know how to read. Uh-huh. Huh? It's also one of those things where if you even just go out in the world even a little, you would recognize that this is not... A lot of these things that they say are problems are not problems, and a lot of the things that they say are not problems are actual problems. Like, a good example would be, there is another video where Sean talks about Sargon and, was it? Oh, I remember. It was, H. Bomber guy. Hold up. Here it is. This is another example.
I'm going to call him Karl because that's his name. Karl debunks 1 in 5 by citing the study and explaining the problem he has with it. I'll just let the video play and stop when I see a problem.
Our feminist activist will be quoting from sources like this.
Wait, that isn't the study. That's not the 1 in 5 study. The one he does cite even specifically references the 1 in 5 study in shots he uses in the video. He didn't even get the study right. The description of this video literally says, explaining where the claim originated, while citing the study that didn't originate the claim. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Heck, let's see how he debunks this one.
A report on the Association of American Universities Campus Climate Survey on sexual assault and sexual misconduct.
It's a survey.
Survey.
That makes it bad. You know it's bad because he says it like that. He seems to have a problem with the fact that the only real way to find out about this stuff is to ask people. Regardless, the idea that surveys are inherently unscientific is interesting though. Keep that in mind for later. Tuck that away in your brain pockets. He then goes on to claim that this survey stretched the definition of sexual assault.
The first two tactics generally meet legal definitions of rape and sexual battery. The other two tactics are violation of student codes of conduct. And it is unsurprisingly this massive inflation of what is and is not sexual assault that accounts for the 1 in 5 figure. Like they said, half of their categories don't even fall under the legal definition of sexual assault or rape. Therefore, including that in any results is going to be inherently misleading.
Well, obviously, if you redefine sexual assault to be anything mean you don't like, of course it happens a lot. Pack your bags, feminists. Except if you actually read the study, it measures all of these things separately. I let Karl off for accidentally picking the wrong study, but he could at least read the one he picked. The study carefully takes pains to point out that it measured all of these things separately and sorts the data into appropriate tables. So, if you're looking at women whose report showed they had experienced something deemed a criminal act and none of the extra stuff, this table shows it. 27.2%. Which, by the way, is more than 1 in 5. In fact, it's slightly more than 1 in 4, without expanding the definition. Now let's be clear, Maybe some of these women misremembered, or actively lied for some reason, because that's something to worry about. And as mentioned already, there are clear methodological reasons why it would be inappropriate to claim these statistics are accurate to all universities, or to the places the survey was conducted as a whole. But even accounting for all of this, 27.2 is quite an alarming percentage, and it's also quite important to point out that the two separate studies, conducted by separate groups, both yielded rather similar results. But Karl didn't notice this. Instead, he concludes that clearly the study is biased claptrap that should be ignored and paid no heed whatsoever. After all, it's a survey.
And finally, these surveys are not facts.
So what alternative evidence does he offer to show what's really happening on?
That's all. This was like the person that people looked up to for intellectual commentary. Mr. Sargon of Akkad, who can't even read the studies that he's using in his videos. I'm conflicted. Are these people ignorant or stupid or just malicious or both? I mean, this is like stupidity combined with like hatred. Peter Spikes, thank you for the prime. But then here's my problem, right? Here's my problem. If you are just a little bit normal, you would have female friends. This is pre-COVID, by the way. Or like you would have female members in your family. You should have at least spoken to a woman once. And if you speak to a woman once, she will tell you her and every single woman she knows has been sexually assaulted. I don't even know how it's possible, but somehow every single woman I've met has been sexually assaulted. So even if you don't even like look at studies or read these surveys, if you just went outside or asked your family members, you would know that it's very common, unbelievably common. And it's not that all men are predators, it's that there's a small group of men that are predators that do a lot of fucked up shit. Having female friends is such a slippery slope, though, much like the ads that tend to run at the top of the hour every hour. Oh, gosh. Oh, my God. Like, if you are so sure that you're right and that women are just lying and they're just making up how much they're being assaulted, go talk to one. Go talk to one. And then come back to me and tell me that you still think that. Because I don't even know. I don't even know how you could think something so stupid. No, women are misrepresenting. They're saying that anything is sexual assault. They're saying if you even look at them the wrong way, it was sexual assault. Okay. Sure, man. Sure. Whatever you say, man. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Whatever helps you sleep at night, bro.